What's up, guys? Coach Carroll here with Sports Banter 38, and what we're going to do in this video is a recap of last week's games in the NFL, as well as a preview for this coming week. Simply because I'm in the process of moving, doing separate videos has been a challenge this week. We will be moved this Friday, going into Saturday. And I will be shooting videos from the new place. We're moving into a cabin. Looking forward to that. And I'll be able to do some streams and everything. The internet's going to be a little shoddy at first, but I believe I've got an alternative. I got a phone. I'm going to be able to do some streams on the YouTube app on the phone. So everything should work out just fine. Anyway, guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Jets versus Cleveland, 21-17. I already talked about that game in another video about Baker Mayfield. Next game, New Orleans against Atlanta. New Orleans went to Atlanta, won 43-37 in overtime. Really big game there. Drew Brees, 39 of 49 for 396 yards and 3 touchdowns. Really big game for him. Of course, Alvin Kamara had 66 yards on 16 attempts, as well as 15 receptions for 124 yards. Pretty much all-purpose back right there, getting it done. Kansas City wins again over South San Francisco, 38-27. Jimmy Garoppolo is out for the season. He tore his ACL. Patrick Mahomes was 24-38, 314 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he continues to impress at quarterback, and Kansas City is undefeated at 3-0. Moving on, Miami remains undefeated, defeating Oakland 28-20. Buffalo, in the shocker of the week, went to the West Coast and defeated Minnesota 27-6. Huge upset there. Philadelphia held Indianapolis off 20-16. Washington defeated Green Bay 31-17. Alex Smith was 12 of 20 for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson had 120 yards on 19 carries with another 2 touchdowns. So Washington is getting it done. Carolina defeated Cincinnati 31-21. Tennessee went on the road and defeated the team a lot of people were calling the best team in the NFL, Jacksonville, 9-6, with Marcus Mariota, who could not throw the ball down the field because he had an injury. He actually didn't start. Blaine Gabbert started, but he had to leave due to concussion protocol, which forced Mariota to come in, limited their playbook. They couldn't go downfield, and they still were able to win this football game. You got to give kudos to Mike Vrabel and Matt LaFleur and Dean Pease, the coach, the coordinators. They're doing a great job at Tennessee so far. This is the second game in a row that they have won that they were not supposed to win, and they kind of hobbled in the game because they got a lot of guys out. Anyway, good win for Tennessee. Moving on, Baltimore defeated Denver 27-14. The Giants defeated Houston 27-22. The Rams remain undefeated at 3-0, defeating the Chargers 35-23. Chicago defeated Arizona 16-14. Seattle defeated Dallas, whose offense is just completely sputtering at the moment. Dak has not been able to get anything done. I've watched some of these games that Dallas has played, and not having a downfield threat on offense is really hurting the Dallas Cowboys. Moving on, Detroit defeated New England 26-10. I thought New England, I originally started this season saying New England had one more Super Bowl push in them, but the way they are looking right now, I do not know if that is the case. They are looking pretty mediocre at the moment. Tom Brady's not looking like himself. We'll see if this holds up. Edelman should be back this week or next week, one of the two, but see if that helps them. Moving on, Pittsburgh was able to hold on and defeat Tampa Bay 30-27. Fitzpatrick was a little bit more human this week. Although he still threw for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he also had 3 interceptions. Big Ben was 30 of 38, 353 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So Pittsburgh finally got on the winning track. Excuse me, guys. All right, we're going to move on to next week's games. Of course, the big game Thursday, tomorrow night. We got Minnesota going to LA to play the Rams. This is 2 of the better teams in the league. Minnesota at 1-1-1, and the Rams at 3-0. I feel like the Rams at home. I got the Rams this week. I think the Rams are going to win 27-24. I think this is going to be a good football game. Actually, 21-17. They're both got good defenses. Moving on, you got Cincinnati going to Atlanta. You got Julio Jones, Sanu, Calvin Ridley is finally starting to play like I knew he was capable of. I believe Atlanta's offense is going to be too much. I'm going to say 38-21 Atlanta. Tampa Bay going to Chicago. Chicago defensively is looking really good. I actually feel like this is going to be an ugly game. I'm going to say Chicago 13-9. Detroit going to Dallas. Detroit coming off the big win over New England. I actually believe they're going to go down to Dallas, and they're going to. I don't know if you'd say shock, because Dallas is just not looking very good right now. Zeke, maybe Zeke has a big game. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say Zeke has a big game. I'm going to say Dallas wins this game 24-17. With Zeke, behind Zeke having a huge game. We got Buffalo going to Green Bay. I believe Aaron Rodgers, as long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy and playing, I'm going to say Green Bay wins this game 31-17. Philadelphia at Tennessee, you got 2 defenses playing good. You got Mariota, you got Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz looked okay last week. Hopefully he's not due for a big game. This is his first game back on the road. I'm going to say Tennessee wins this game 24-21. Philadelphia is still a strong team. Tennessee, I feel like they'll be able to open it up a little more this week. I know Mariota's starting. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to say Tennessee 21-17 at home. Or 24-21 at home. You got Houston going to Indianapolis. I wish they both could lose, but that's not going to happen. I actually feel like Houston will actually get their first win this week, and they'll be able to defeat Indianapolis in Indianapolis. Moving on, Miami at 3-0 going to New England at 1-2. Okay, here's the question. Is New England basically off the table for now? I do not know. This game could go a long way in showing whether they are or they are not. Miami has looked pretty good. You know what? I'm not 100% sold on Miami's defense. I'm going to say New England at home gets back on track, and Tom Brady pushes them to a win this week. I don't feel like they're going to blow Miami out by any means, but I'm going to say 28-24 New England. Moving on, we got the Jets going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville should win this game. I'm going to say 21-13 Jacksonville. Cleveland going to Oakland. If you got a fantasy team or you play DraftKings or FanDuel, you should be able to get Baker Mayfield for cheap. I would take a shot on him. Oakland is not going to get pressure on him, and I believe he is prone to have a huge game. This will be his first career start. I feel like he has good receivers. I feel like he has a decent run game. I feel like Baker Mayfield can have a big game. Also draft Jarvis Landry as well, because I feel like he'll have a big game along with Baker Mayfield. We're moving on. We got Seattle going to Arizona. Arizona is not any good. Seattle should win this game. I'm going to say 28-14. New Orleans going to New York to play the Giants. Giants coming off a win. New Orleans coming off a win. I'm going to say the Giants hold off New Orleans at home. I'm going to say 28-27. Then you got San Francisco going to the Chargers. Without Garoppolo, I got the Chargers winning big. I'm going to say 34-14 or 34-10, somewhere around there. Then we got Baltimore going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh showed a little bit of life this past week. I believe they continue to be on the upswing, and I say Pittsburgh beats Baltimore 28-24. The final game of the week on Monday night, we got Kansas City going to Denver. Tough game, tough on the road to win. Kansas City should be coming back to earth anytime now. I believe they start their descent this week. But I believe they do just enough to win this game. And I'm going to say Kansas City 27, Denver Broncos 24. And that's going to conclude this week's videos, guys, or this week's preview and recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me your feedback down at the bottom. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, and hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. I greatly appreciate that. And guys, I will talk to you later. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. And this is Coach Carroll in Sports Banner 38, and we are out.